A delegation of 6 members of the European Parliament's Committee on Foreign Affairs, led by the chairman, David McAllister, just concluded a visit to the Gambia. During their visit, the delegation met with representatives of the Gambia government as well as their parliamentary counterparts to discuss global and regional issues of mutual interest. At the end of their visit, the chair of the Foreign Affairs Committee, David McAllister, informed the press about the outcome of their visit.
We focused on current geopolitical and regional challenges and our political cooperation within this context. One prominent geopolitical issue, as you are aware, is the Russian war of aggression against Ukraine, which has now been ongoing for more than 1 year. Though the battles are fought in Ukraine, the consequences of this aggression are felt all around the world. The energy and food crisis are the most evident and direct result, felt strongly also in African countries. In our meetings, we have discussed our shared understanding that Russia's war of aggression against Ukraine is a blatant violation of the United Nations Charter and its international rules-based order. We made it clear that this war is a brutal attack on the most fundamental values and democratic principles and should be a matter of deep concern to all. Let me underline that I welcome the Gambia's like-minded stance on solidarity with Ukraine, including at the level of the United Nations. Our shared interest in the necessity to uphold a multilateral system based on rules is a valued element that underpins our partnership.
Mr. McAllister adds that they discussed the progress that the Gambia has made in the process of democratic consolidation.
We reiterated our support to the Gambia in its efforts towards implementing pending reforms that will help the country complete this important process. We encourage and we stand by the Gambia in achieving important milestones, namely the long-pending constitutional reform, as well as the security sector reform. We hope to see the Gambia achieve its objectives through political commitment and cross-party dialogue in an inclusive consultation process, including with civil society, to the benefit of all citizens of this great country.
Mr. McAllister went on to say that they took note of the ongoing work towards the recommendation of the TRRC.
On transitional justice, we took note of the ongoing work towards setting up to look forward to seeing the recommended measures of the white paper implemented, including the setting up of a special prosecutor's office and a hybrid court in partnership with ECOWAS. We express our strong hopes that the Gambia's efforts and commitment to the process will in the end result in sustainable reconciliation and guarantees for non-recurrence for all. It is our shared understanding that the fight against this trend should be continued at multilateral level. Let me underline that there can be no impunity for human rights violations and crimes against humanity. We noted in this regard the Gambia's active interest to promote human rights issues on an international level, including through its case against Myanmar at the International Court of Justice.
The delegation visited the EU-funded projects to understand the EU financial support delivered to the country. The delegation also had exchanges on the ongoing democratic consolidation process in the country. They have engaged with officials from UN bodies as well as representatives of the civil society and heads of EU member state diplomatic missions. Reporting for Kerr, Fatou, I am Fatou.